Hello, good afternoon. Ptrin Houndar, it is I, Farmer Ben. Croiso, welcome back once again. Block Rocking Beat, etc. Back on Puzzle Combat with the little saluting men who would be far more useful if they actually got on with something rather than aimlessly wandering around my base, but you know, can't have it all. Today is another of my sort of basics starting out and everything else elements of the game. This one's really about alliances and in particular war machines. So just to sort of briefly go through how alliances work. So firstly, you'll see that I am in an alliance. So this is my alliance, Elite Strike Force. So you've got the team leader who's juxtaposed camel. You've got the number of members. You've got the type, which is open, which means that anybody can join without having to request to join. They can just turn up and appear. And we require 1,600 trophies, which is quite a lot because we are quite a sort of top level alliance. We're up in the top 10 normally. You'd find there's lots of other alliances available. So you've got a leaderboard, which is your sort of top 100 alliances. So you've got things like Dead Titan Society, and you can click on those and things like that. Now, some of the alliances you can also look around and see what there is. Some of the alliances will have things like invite only. So New World Order here have got invite only. That doesn't actually mean that you need to be invited to join. It's a bit misleading. If you've got an alliance like that, what you have to do is really, you should say, by request or request only. It basically means you just have to click on it and then you send a message saying, I'd like to join your alliance. It's not, you don't actually have to have somebody from that alliance invite you in. It's a bit of a misleading one. Definitely worth getting into an alliance when you start playing the game. I would really recommend it. Find yourself a good alliance. A good place to go to find yourself an alliance is to go into, pressed the wrong thing. Go into global chat. General is okay, but really the best place to have a look is to have a quick look at alliance recruitment. So there's a room full of alliance recruitments. You'll find there are various adverts and things. So Brickhouse is open for active members, blah 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 blah. So you might click on. So you find one you're interested. You click in it. You click on it. Click view profile, and you'd have like here Brick's house. You click on the alliance. Click into view, and then you can normally, if you're not in an alliance, there'll be a button that says join. Because I'm in an alliance, there isn't a join button, so that's just how you join an alliance. Once you are in an alliance on the map, a war machines will start appearing. This is a 7-star red rare war machine that we've got here, and it will appear somewhere on the screen. You often get a little green tank in the bottom corner that says a war machine has appeared, and if you click on that, it'll take you to it. Once you've hit it a few times, that little green machine at the bottom disappears. You just have to go and find it for yourself. So here we are, a red 7-star war machine. This one is a rare one. It's called Firewalker. You will find some of the war machines will have a special skill that will affect what it does to you. 100% damage to all enemies. Burn. All enemies receive 120 damage over 3 turns. Caster resists charge effects for 4 turns. So those are the things it will do. The main one there really probably the burn damage, which it will carry on doing over time. And when you are attacking a Titan, if I call them a Titan, it's because that's what they're called in Empires and Puzzles. They're basically the same thing, but this is a war machine. When you click on the next, when you're attacking a war machine, at least at most points in the game, I would say you want to sort of fairly heavily colour stack. I mentioned colour stacking in another video, but you want to take lots of heroes of the opposite colour. So red is weakest against blue, so I'm going to take 5 blue heroes, all laid out at the top. Now, my personal view on battle items for Titans is you want to stick to fairly affordable combat items to use. So for this one, I've gone with flashbangs, which are cheap and quite good because they blind it. Although actually, I'm going to drop the flashbangs here, I think, if I can. It's going to let me do it. Drop the flashbangs. I'm going to drop the flashbangs, and for this one I'm going to take advanced antidotes because I know it will cause burn damage. I'm going to go for an attack boost, again fairly cheap. I wouldn't always use battle items at all, but because this is a rare Titan I probably will. A small charge drink, which is very cheap, and you can use that to boost your heroes. And lastly, a shock grenade. Now shock grenades are quite expensive, but at the moment the main thing I'm really short of is batteries yeah, batteries and shot grenades don't require batteries, so I can afford to build a few shot grenades. I'm not sort of too hard up for building those. When I hit fight, you have a minute and a half to do as much damage as you can to the Titans. Sometimes during that minute and a half, you can do your heroes will all survive, and you can do lots of damage to the Titans. War Machine, sorry. Other times you will all get killed very, very quickly. It is down to the board. And when I hit fight, I will go for it. First thing I will do, and I'm going to say this now before I go, is use the combat boost to boost my guys, and the shock grenade to lower the Titans' armor. And then between those two, my tiles, especially my blue tiles, will do a lot more damage. In fact, only my blue tiles, I should say, because I haven't got any heroes of other colours. So let's give it a go. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's go. So straight in, I'm just, without actually having a good look at the screen, I'm just going to chuck one of those in and one of those in. The weak point on the War Machine is good. Blue tiles that hit it will do hit the weak point will do more damage. You also have a chance to stun the Titan. Ooh, let's get this out of the way. So these green tiles will stun the Titan, and when it's stunned, it doesn't fire back at you. So it's worth. It can be a good move to stun them, particularly if you've got a screen which isn't particularly nice looking. Gives you a bit of time to sort of adjust the screen, so to speak. As I say, blue tiles will do quite a bit. All the other tiles won't do that much. You'll see my guys are now burning, but I brought an experimental antidote, which amazingly enough puts out fire. Never really understood why an antidote would put out fire. It would always seem a bucket of water would be a better bet. But there you go. Never mind, let's not dwell on that. Trying to keep hitting it with blue tiles, always on the lookout for little combos and whatever else. Blue tiles are the only ones that do damage, which is, of course, the big downside to this kind of monocolour team, where I've only gone with blue heroes. All the other tiles effectively do very, very little, although they can still stun the Titan. So your non-coloured Titans can still stun them. So you'll see these 3 red tiles. Oh, sorry. I was about to say they didn't stun, except for a rare Titan where tiles of its own colour just bounce off harmlessly. There you go. So you'll see I had about 2 seconds left on the clock when my last hero got killed, and I did just under 20,000 damage, which isn't too bad. You know, that's a reasonable score. I'd be quite happy with that. It's going to be the same sort of thing again, because that's really how Titans are. It is just a repetitive thing. Like I was sort of mentioning, you want to keep the battle items fairly sustainable, because Titans come along every single day. So you do want to, if you use really expensive battle items, you won't have them for things like challenge events and those sorts of things. Just here you'll see that I can do red tiles into the Titan. You'll see because they're red, they just bounce off because it's a red rare Titan. Normally those tiles would stun a Titan, but they don't because it's a rare one, which was what I'd forgotten about when I first started hitting this Titan. War Machine, even. Got getting my terms mixed up again. Horrible bit of screen. Let's see. Oh, this will clear at least. Get the. Oh, there we are. It stunned it there, which is something. Yeah, you'll see. I haven't rushed to redo my boosting things because I didn't have the targets there, but each of those tiles did 1,000 damage to the War Machine, which is pretty good going. Just, you know, the more tile damage you can get, the better, for fairly obvious reasons. A lot of reds on this screen, which normally wouldn't be such an issue, but because they all just harmlessly bounce off it and don't even weaken it, they're not that helpful. But the blues are doing plenty, and a nice big combo with plenty of blues in there, that'll give me a nice, really nice big score boost at the end. Hopefully take me over 20,000, that one, I reckon, with those tiles at the end. Oh, there we are, well over 31,000. So that's up there with one of my best hits. And you'll see that on the Titan leaderboard that I'm now near the top. Now, your position on the Titan leaderboard affects the amount of loot you get. It doesn't affect the quality of the loot, but it does affect the amount. The higher up, the more you get, the more you, and by the way these things work, the higher up, the more you get, the more chances you get, the more likely you are to get something you want. And with a rare Titan, you've got a bonus chance of getting a special item. In this case, it's a 5-star Ascension thing called Repelling Gear, which is for red 5-star heroes. I don't particularly need Repelling Gear right now because I've just ascended a red hero and I haven't got any others, any other red 5-stars to worry about. But, you know, it's still worth storing these things up for when better heroes come along. There we go. So, right, next one. Last one. Last one. Just again, combat boost. Throw that in there. And maybe there we go. Some blue tiles there. Again, 1,000 damage each. So the blue tiles, as you can see, with the colour stacking, are doing a lot of damage. The other colours are doing nothing, especially red, of course. But oh, this looks like a nice move here, so I'm going to just do the things again. I'll blow this purple grenade, and that'll create a blue. Oh, blue 5 in a row. There we are, particularly nice. Let's see. Let's whack everybody through here. I think I'm just going to blow this blue thingamy-bob. This should be quite a nice attack so far. It doesn't mean it's going to continue, but at least to begin with, it's going to be quite nice. Just going to use their special skills. No blue tiles now, of course, but then that's just because I've just cleared them, so they're not necessarily a bad thing, an unusual thing. Yellows, clear the yellows. That's quite handy. It might hopefully trigger a combo. Maybe get some blues back on the screen, and because I got blues back, I'm going to just let's throw it at the war machine rather than clicking on my own guys. It's not going to trigger much of a combo. Let's just hope I trigger a blue move. No, it didn't, unfortunately. But there we go. So again, sort of reasonable-ish. Not as good as I reckon my second one was. 25,000, so it puts me second on the Titan. So 3 reasonable hits there. And again, you can see the beauty of the battle items that I was using there just to sort of keep me going. Not too expensive, not too difficult to sustain. Probably wouldn't use shot grenades if it wasn't a rare Titan, but there you go. So at the end of it, there will be loot. The loot from Titans can give you some things you really, really need. Like the rare Ascension items you can't get from many other places. And also you have your War Machine chest, which only appears when you're in Alliance, which is just under the Heroes and Enemies chest up here in the top corner. And when you click on it, it says Wanted War Machines, and you have to defeat 5 War Machines to get the chest. You get some good loot in those chests as well. Like all chests, they're pretty hit and miss. You'll have some really, really good ones and some where you're like, meh. So, yeah, that is essentially War Machines in a nutshell. Hopefully there was something there for sort of newer players. I'm sure that most of the older players will know most of what I've just sort of said anyway. But, you know, maybe there's something in there for everyone. I don't know. Anyway, please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Lots of hints and tips for puzzle combat, range of different areas of the game. Yes, so it just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching. May death come swiftly to your enemies. This has been Farmer Ben saying goodbye. Goodbye for now. Take care.